Hello, this is Movement with Anya. I'm Anya. I'm glad you're here with me. Today is part 3 of the National Kidney Foundation series for the Facebook page. And I've been thinking about the whole week of what could we do to kind of ease into this whole thing. And so last time I had shown you a couple of hip flexor stretches and a glute stretch, so the down dog. And we done some footwork, which we will be elaborate on those footworks as well. But today I thought we could work on our hands. So I was told that the target audience that I have through the Kidney Foundation are people with clearly kidney disease, possibly somebody who sits at the desk or is in dialysis. So I've been literally racking my brain and thinking, okay, what could we do to keep that person active and give them something while they're in treatment or at work? So I thought, okay, your hands are definitely available. We are able to stretch the fingers, the wrists, the forearms. And a lot of times there's actually not so much that people are weak in their upper body or in their arms, but they're weak in their hands. And so for you to have a good grip and being able to hold on and to move your fingers is really important. Also, I have no research paper on this that I can show you, but I have read a while back, and I'm not sure how far they gone into this, that there is a correlation between the grip strength and your heart health. So I always thought, well, even if there's the slightest possibility that my grip strength and the health of my hands will contribute to the fact that my heart is going to stay healthy or is going to be healthy, I'm all for it, even if there's no real evidence that I can prove right now. But I thought, yeah, that sounds pretty good, so why not? It's not going to hurt anybody. So let me introduce myself. My name is Anya. I am a German citizen, and I am a permanent resident here in the United States. I've been living here for going on to 17 years. And I have worked ever since I've came into the United States in the fitness field. I've realized really, really quickly on that I really enjoyed teaching and helping people to better themselves. So hence, like I was starting out, when I started out working out here, when I came to the United States, I was extremely overweight. I was sedentary. I was not necessarily very active. And I was really struggling with a lot of the stuff that was done in classes when I would go to a class, or even if I would follow up something on TV or something. So once I then started getting a little fitter and a little bit more that I knew what was going on, what I was doing, I realized that there was a lot of people around me in classes that were struggling exactly the same thing. And the longer I was doing this, the more I found that in particular women, and in particular older women, are very, very intimidated with the fact of going into the gym or working out altogether, because they hear gym, they think dumbbells, they think 100 pounds, they think, oh my God, I'm going to be, I will never be able to do this. So when I started personal training, I was really focusing on that population and really giving those members and my clients the sensation that they really were able to do something and it was effective and it was not hurting them and not killing them. So so that's really my thing. This is what I like to do. So I'm a certified ACSM, so American College of Sports Medicine personal trainer. And I also have a certification through St. John Fisher College in gerontology. So I've learned the whole thing about aging, which is very interesting once you kind of look deeper into it. It's not just that we're kind of getting wrinkly and we lose muscle and all this, but there's a lot of stuff going with it. And a lot of the things that we have been told over the years, I remember being told, at a certain point, you're old and that's just what you do. And so you grew up thinking, wow, I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm 80. And I catch myself a lot of times thinking, I'm 52 years old. I don't know if I can do this, or do something more or whatever. And so it's really, really interesting to be able to show people, I'm sorry, I'm sweating. This is so warm in here. Ooh, I'm so warm. It is so important to really have the confidence and also the right education and knowledge about what you can do without hurting yourself, and then actually getting someplace with that modification and those things. So that all being said, first and foremost, please listen to your doctor. If your doctor has said that there is something that you should not be doing, and I'm showing this in the class, then please let's not listen to your doctor. Also, you want to listen to your own self. So if you find, ooh, today is not the day, just take a break. The beautiful thing about those YouTube videos is very much that you can stop it and that you can start it back up. Another thing I would like to stress, I always like to stress, is the water. Please make sure you drink plenty of water throughout the day. We do lose the sense of thirst, unfortunately. I think especially in our society, I catch myself a lot that I'm thinking, ooh, I'm hungry, and then I just have something to drink, and then, ooh, yeah, that was really actually just it. So the moment that you feel that you have this little cottony mouth kind of feeling, just have a drink of water. Most of the time, that's really what will do the trick. So again, water it is. So today we want to work on hands. So I have a couple of tools that I'm going to use, and you most likely have things like this at home. So there's nothing that you will have to go out and buy. So I have, for example, rubber bands. So these in particular were around, I think these were around bananas. No, that's not true. Asparagus. That's where they were around. So there was a bundle of asparagus. So they're a little thicker. I know that you can buy rubber bands, in a package. They're thicker like this. So you don't want to use these really thin ones. So you want to have a little bit something of substance. And again, the produce department has it all for us. Wonderful. And then I have these stress balls. So I got the kidney and I have the brain. So we want to use them both while we're working out, right? So I'm sure you have had something like this laying around. Possibly you could use like a kitchen sponge. That would probably do. And if you come across something, just hang on to them. So right now we're just gonna warm up those hands a little bit. So let's go ahead and sit nice and comfortable. The beautiful thing about our body is that the moment that we're activating our muscles, they are actually getting something from it. So it's not just that just because I'm sitting here, that's not really helping me. But if I'm now sitting up and I'm really engaging my core, I'm lifting up my chest, I feel how my spine is erect, I feel my back working, and all this is helping me. So if you're just watching right now and we're sitting at a chair, go ahead, work on that. Nice and tall. Feel how your body is engaged. Pull the navel in. And then we're going to work those hands. So all I would like you to do right now is I'd like you to ball a fist and then open them back up. Yeah, let's do that again. Ball a fist and then open them back up. One more time. Ball a fist and then open them back up, and then spread your fingers out as much as you possibly can, and then just release. And go ahead and do that again. Spread your fingers out as much as you can and release. Let's do one more. Open it up and release. So I'm going to turn my hands sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So I'd like you to take your hands and take those hands down like this. So now remember, we don't want to do this. We want to keep those elbows nice and tucked. We want to keep the chest lifted. We want to draw the shoulder blades back, and we have our hands in this position. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep my hands like this, and I'm going to take my hands down from the wrist as far as I can. And then I'm going to lift that back up, and then I see about how far can I take my hands back. So if your hands or your fingers are really tight, this might happen. Can you see my fingers curling in? So let's see if you can extend through the fingers and really feel that stretch going into the hand, and then bring them back up, and then do that again. Straight hand down. See how far can you down. Don't pull your fingers in, so just use the wrist, and then bring them back up and open it up here. Good. Let's do that one more time. We're going forward all the way down as far as we can, and go ahead and bring them back up and extend it here. Nice. So we're going to stay in this position. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fingers, and I'm going to bend my fingers, and then I'm going to take my fingers down towards my palm, and then I'm scraping the fingers alongside my palm, and I'm extending my fingers up, and then I'm see if I can open up that hand and really stretch right through the back of my hand. Let's do that again. Fingers come down, nails are scraping up, extending through the fingers, Lengthen and open, and then see if you can stretch those fingers really backwards. Let's do it one more. Realize here, nice and open, and bring them up, and stretch, and release that. Just shake that out just for a moment. Ooh, that feels good. Feels very nice. Okay, so we're coming back to palms facing towards me. So let's go ahead and just start tapping your fingertips together. All that is. And again, we're sitting up nice and tall. We're engaging the core. We're using our back. We're breathing. And you're smiling because there's lots of muscles in your face that want to work. And that's a beautiful thing. Give me one more. And then release. Shake that out. So from here, go ahead and circle your fingers. One after the other. Yeah. Let's see if you can separate them. I know my left ring finger is always kind of giving me an issue. It kind of thinks has a life on its own there. It's not mine. Yeah, awesome. So let's go ahead and grab those rubber bands if you have some. And I'm going to tie these around my fingers, just like that. And I do the same here, just like this. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my hand, and I'm going to close it. And I'm opening up my hand, and I close it. Go ahead, one more. Open up, and release. Beautiful. So now I'm going to take my ring finger and my thumb in the rubber band. Right here. And we're opening, and we're closing. And we're opening, and we're closing. Go ahead and do that again. Open, and close. And then switch your fingers, so thumb and middle finger. And here as well. Open, and release. Open, and release. One more. And how about that ring finger? Let's see how my ring finger operates here today. We're lifting up and releasing down. One more time. No, I'm sorry. One more. Go ahead and do one more. And release. And here's last but not least, we are using the pinky. Let's see how that works. So we're opening and we're closing. Here's number 2. And there's number 3. And release that. Beautiful. Now, I would encourage you to do a couple of sets of these. You can do up to 12. And if you say, you know what, that feels really good, do 2 sets of 12. You know, there is, like I said, your fingers per se do not have muscles, but your muscles are in your hands, in your wrist, and in your forearms. So we want to keep those mobile and strong. So now let's go ahead and grab that stress ball if you have one. Otherwise, like I said, a kitchen sponge will do. And right now, if you don't have anything, just kind of pretend that you have it. So we're going to take the we're going to take the stress ball and we're going to place it right into our palm. And then all we're going to do is we're going to squeeze it and release it. Squeeze it and release. Go ahead and do one more. Squeeze and release. Now from here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to this with my thumb, and I'm going to squeeze my thumb in and out, in and out. And here's that last one. And release that. Go ahead and let's park that. And then I would like you to ball a fist, and we're circling our wrist. Yeah. Very good. And release that. Now, here's your last stretch. So there's a couple of options. So I do not want you to pull on your fingers, clearly. Those fingers are never a point where you want to pull any pressure onto it. So I would like you to put your hands on your palm if you like to do extra. But let's just watch first what's going to happen. So again, nice and tall. Shoulders back, chest is up, abs are tight. My arm comes out. So if I'm lifting my arm up and my shoulder is really tight, most likely this is what's going to happen. So what I like you to do is I like you to take your shoulder as a guide, and then I like you to take your arm and straighten it out. So from here, go ahead and flex your wrist. So you're pushing the heel of your hand away from you. There is nothing changing here. I'm still having good alignment. I'm still supporting my shoulder. So now let's see if you can lift that arm up a little bit. And if you find, oh yeah, this is good, I can do this. Lift it up to shoulder height. And then if you again like to have more, place the other hand onto the palm and just pull that palm in towards you. Gentle. If there's ever any pain, clearly you want to let go of this. And while you're doing this, you're breathing, you're smiling, and your belly is strong as it can be. And go ahead and release that. And then turn your palm over and then do the same thing. I'm going to place my other hand on top of my left hand. And I'm just going to pull this in. And I just feel how my arm on the top stretches. And release that. And let's go ahead and do the other side. So we're here. Shoulder is my guide. Chest up, nice and tall. I'm extending my arm, so I want a long arm. I'm flexing into my wrist. And now I'm taking that arm up, wherever that is. The moment that your arm goes up and your shoulder wants to do this, don't go any further. So let's keep those shoulders back. So think about your shoulder blades like you're tucking them into your back pockets of your pants. So I'm tucking my shoulder blades back. I'm extending my arm and I'm lifting it up as high as I can, which for you might be different. This is good. Let's go ahead and place your palm, your fingers onto your palm and pull that in closer. Very nice. And release. And then go ahead and do the opposite. And here as well, we're placing on top and we're pulling this in. And release this one more time. Roll those wrists. Awesome. And release here. Agua, the juice of life. So that's for today's class. That's it. I am happy that you were here, that you were joining me. Please remember, this is YouTube, and if you have anybody on your friend list that could benefit from this, please tell them, share this video with them. There's a little subscription button. If you would press that and subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. Every like, every comment, every thumbs up, every share does help me. And I'm an infant YouTuber. So I would love to have your help. We are almost at 50 people, so not quite, but please, I mean, that's going to be the first yippee if I have 50 subscribers on my channel. That would be fantastic. So again, thank you so very much for being here with me. And I will see you next week on, I'm assuming, Wednesdays. So thank you until then. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.